Hey legends. Okay, so as you've heard me mention in the last couple of videos, YouTube's been weird, not just with the way that they push out our videos, but also the whole unsubscribing active users. So if you enjoy the nonsense that we do here, please do make sure that you're subscribed and have your notifications on so you never miss a video. Alright, let's continue with the ranking of the Season 8 cast based on the Queen's PP scores, or track records, whatever, that we calculate using this score system. Now, some of you were wondering why I skipped certain seasons in these and went from season 6 to season 10. Well, it's so that I could do that video with Yuhua, but also because I wanted to leave seasons 8 and 9 last, as they are the only ones where the first eliminated queen is not actually last. In the 12th place, here, that is the last place, is Layla McQueen with a 0.5 PP score. Layla, I think, got a really bad rep on the show. Firstly, they really put her in the bottom too in the first episode because her picture, that she did not even know that she was going to be taking before entering the workroom, ended up looking bad. When at the same time she also had one of the coolest looks on the runway. Oh, and let's not forget, she also constructed the jackets that she was wearing. Like, she made a jacket. Layla was in my top 3 when the Meet the Queens videos for the season came out. I just really liked her aesthetic and her attitude. But, oh well. And, by the way, fun fact, during the reunion finale of the season, RuPaul fully called her Lila before the production corrected him and he had to redo the entire portion of the night with her. And who's my source for this? Well, it's Willem. Oh, and another by the way, as Dax and Layla share the last spot canonically, I consider Layla as 12th and Dax as 11th, as Dax's PP score is better than Layla's. In the 11th spot is the returning queen of the season, Naysha Lopez, or as I can't remember exactly who named her, Elimination Lopez. Naysha is thus Naysha is thus 2 places below her original placement. So here's the thing. Naysha is really beautiful, and to me her look in her returning episode, the season's 3rd episode, is one of the most stunning I've ever seen a queen look on the show. She's just very nice to look at. In the 10th spot is Dax exclamation point with a 1.5 PP score. Dax is Violet Chachki's drag mom, so I think going into the season right after Violet's win, Dax had some heavy expectations to live up to. She did not, and sadly her comic book cosplay-y style, or rather side of drag, was not exhibited much on the show, minus her Storm-inspired entrance look. In the 9th spot here, with a +1 to her placement, is the first ever Miss Congeniality of the season, Cynthia Lee Fontaine. Her legendary title was sadly renamed into fan favorite after Valentina on season 9, which then in turn was named back to Miss Congeniality with Monet Exchange's win on season 10. I really like Cynthia. Her attitude on this season and season 9 later was so electric and positive and fun. Her PP score is 2.3 recurring, same as the queen that beat her in their bottom 2 lip sync, Robbie Turner. Robbie is in the 8th place because once we take away the mini challenge wins and recalculate their PP scores, Robbie's is higher than Cynthia's. Robbie Turner's career went off the tracks, no pun intended, after her whole "I was in an accident, my Uber driver died" fiasco, and since then I've never heard or seen anything about her. Do we know if she's okay? Like, I'm genuinely wondering. Robbie had many ups and downs during season 8, though most people will probably remember her for her harsh wig lines. Oh, and another fun fact, after the Meet the Queens for season 8 and the promo pics were posted, I thought Robbie was going to be the first one out. As Victoria Beckham said, first impressions can be wrong, that's why I don't do cast assessments based just on the Meet the Queens videos, unless it's for All Stars anymore. In the 7th place, well, it's Derek, bitch. Derek's PP score is 2.75, which is heavily helped by her mini challenge win and then the maxi challenge win in the 7th episode, though many still believe that she should not have won alongside Bob. Now, y'all are going to stone me for this, but I like Derek. I think he's great TV, I think he's funny as all hell, and his All Stars 5 press was the best thing we ever got from those pre-season interviews. On this season, he is a little annoying at times, but hey, every season needs a villain. Even with the aforementioned PP score and receiving almost a quarter of her overall score in one episode, Derek still places 2 places below her original placement on the season. The queens in the 6th, 5th, and 4th place all have the same PP score of 3. And once we take away the mini-challenge wins and recalculate their scores, we get Chi-Chi DeVayne in the 6th place. It still doesn't feel real. I was a fan of Chi-Chi's. I mean, I still am, but you know. So when she got sick over the summer and when she got better for a while, I think we all thought like, oh, thankfully she's okay now. And then it just seemed like out of nowhere that she passed away. Now, as you know, usually when I do these, I try to say like something positive about everyone, possibly like 1 or 2 negative things, just like balance it out. But for Chi-Chi, I really don't have anything negative to say, because I really enjoyed her on Season 8 and on All Stars 3, and during Season 8, Chi-Chi, Bob, and Torji were my picks for the top 3, but also Chi-Chi's lip sync to And I'm Telling You I'm Not Going is probably never going to be matched ever on Drag Race, so we know that her legacy will never be forgotten. In the 5th place is the queen that Chi-Chi eliminated from the competition, Torji Thor. Now, Torji is my absolute favorite from this season, tied with Bob, of course. The two of them individually are great, together they're better than great. When the Meet the Queens videos came out, and when Torji said that she wished she could lip sync to Gilda Radner's Let's Talk Dirty to the Animals, I was 100% sold on her. Now, she's kind of similar to Cynthia in that way that she's very infectious with her positive attitude, but it never overwhelms me like with some other queens. She's great TV, I like her looks, I like her aesthetic. It's kind of criminal that on her 2 seasons she never won a single challenge, but hey, what can you do? In the 4th place is someone who pummeled the competition up until the episode that she was eliminated in, Acid Betty, with, as I've said, a PP score of 3. She and Torji never won a single mini challenge, but as Torji spent more time on the season and thus had more opportunities to, better her score, she didn't do it, she's below Acid here. Now, Betty's attitude may or may not be up your alley, but when she, allegedly, told RuPaul that he had no right to judge the queen's makeup skills as he doesn't even do his own makeup anymore, wow, just stand card for life. That's also why we've never seen Acid on an All-Star season, and probably never will, though just imagine her, Miss Fame, Yuhua, and some other girlies on a mostly design/look based All-Star season. We can only dream. Starting off the top 3 is the legend herself, Naomi Smalls, with a PP score of 3.375. Now, I love Naomi, but I started loving her only after All Stars 4, and I tend to forget about this love anytime I see her fans on Twitter, or anytime she mentions her legs, because stop it! This is a very short reaction though, and I go back to full stan mode. Naomi on Season 8 was just not quite there. Like, she wasn't fully Naomi Smalls, but her look in the Wizard of Oz challenge, wow. Just well done, Naomi. Well fucking done. I mean, the look that she also made for the book ball, RuPaul literally wore it for the Season 9 photo shoot. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, she's excellent. In the 2nd place is Bob the drag queen? Yeah, so here's the thing. I went back and rewatched the season, did all the calculations necessary, and yeah. As it turns out, Bob and Kimchi have the same end scores. But since Bob has 1 mini challenge win under his belt, yeah, he's 2nd. I love Bob, you all know that. There's nothing more that needs to be said. Stan Bob the drag queen, the winner of the all-winner season once it happens, and the only queen that should replace RuPaul as the host of the main franchise. Thank you very much and good night. Wait, no, not good night. We still have Kimchi to go over. Yeah, Kimchi places 1st here. Now, okay, let's get the obvious out of the way. In episode 2, the first group challenge of every season, the queens are judged in groups, as that is the point. How well can you work in a group, and how well can you stand out? In season 7, that was changed, so that Miss Fame did not end up in the bottom 2 against Katya, and as Fame did well in the first episode, getting rid of a possible contender for the crown in the 2nd episode wouldn't have really worked in the show's favor. By the way, I fully disagree with this. I think that it would have been an even bigger gag. On the other hand, imagine that situation, but the person in question is an internet darling that also won the first challenge. Yeah, Kimchi, had the rules not been changed, would have been in that double sachet with Layla instead of Dax. And I do have a video on that, so check it out if you want. Thus, because she was given this save early on, and because she never really grew in the season, meaning that her struggles on day 1 were her struggles on the last day, but also because Bob the Drag Queen is so excellent and just exudes confidence, something that Kimchi never does, Kimchi did not end up winning the season, albeit she had the best track record. I'm still somewhat surprised because the show has been trying to push for a big girl winner in the past couple of seasons, but hey, they missed their shot with a legitimate contestant in Ginger in season 7, so, you know. The biggest winner of the season is Acid Betty, who placed 4 spots above her original placement in the season, while the queen that placed the most times below her original placement is Naysha. Naysha placed 2 spots below her original placement, as did Derek and Chi-Chi, but as she placed lower than all of them, her drop was worse, so she is season 8's biggest loser. Let's go over the notes now. Episode 1, with the first design challenge of the season. The high queens are Acid Betty and Derek Barry, and the low queens are Naomi Smalls and Robbie Turner. Naomi was so weird to figure out, cause on one hand, she was praised for her photo and her look on the runway mostly, but then Michelle really kept picking at her wig and at her boat and at the way that she looked on the runway, and just her runway presentation in general. It's weird. Had that not been there, Naomi could have fully also been high here. A similar thing goes for Derek, though it was more obvious that she was safer than Naomi, so more on the high side. Like, it's weird. They both could have been just safe. Due to the comments that the judges made when they were in Untucked, I'm leaning more towards Naomi as low and Derek as high, as I've already said. Episode 2, the Bitch Perfect Challenge, which is, by the way, my favorite musical challenge. Firstly, Chi-Chi and Cynthia are the mini challenge winners, which is why their points are in blue. Dorji and Acid are high, and Kim is safe from the bottom 2 placement, and is the obvious elimination by placing low. Episode 3, with the Ruko Empire Acting Challenge. Dorji and Acid are high yet again, and this time Derek is low. Episode 4, with the New Wave Groups Challenge. Now, as this challenge is judged in teams, the high team is Kim, Robbie, and Naomi, with Robbie winning, but you already knew that. Team New York is safe, and the team Leftovers is the low team. We are the girls of Dragometry. Our shapes and whatever. Episode 5, for Snatch Game, Thorgy and Derek are high, Robbie is low. Episode 6, the Wizard of Oz Design Challenge. Here Kim is high, Thorgy is safe, while Chi-Chi and Bob are low. Now, in one of my videos about Season 8, I think it's the one that I even linked in this video, I marked Bob as safe in this episode, and even went into this whole explanation on why I thought so. But looking back at the entire episode, yeah, it's clear that she is low alongside Chi-Chi. I'm more than willing to admit my mistakes. Episode 7, with the Political Ads Challenge. Now, Naomi and Kim as the middle team do not get the double safe treatment, because Naomi gets better critiques than Kimchi, so Naomi is high and Kim low. And episode 8, the final competitive episode of the season, in the ball episode, Naomi is high and Chi-Chi is safe. And that's it. That's the video. Can you tell that I try to spread this as much as possible to go over the 10-minute mark? Well, based on my word count in the Word document, it's like 2,200 words, so hopefully I don't rush through this bitch, and looking at the timer on my phone, I'm at 18 minutes and 22 seconds right now, so yeah, thank you for watching.